everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, a few days ago I did a video of the new Tamiya Marder III M. And I was just getting ready to finish up the video, and at the last minute I had an idea that I wanted to try out a foliage camouflage type effect that I've had in the back of my mind and always kept forgetting to do. And as a last minute thing, I threw it on the kit, and man, I have gotten so many comments on the video that they love the camouflage effect with the leaves and the branches and all that, and everyone wanted to know how to do it. And it's actually a super simple process. So what I thought I would do today is just take a few minutes. It's some basic stuff that you can get at like train stores or online, and put it together and make a really detailed trees, bushes, as well as all of the branches and stuff that you'd see all over the side of vehicles. Especially this one is supposed to take place in Normandy, and in Normandy the tanks, because we had air superiority, the Germans were covering their vehicles completely with all kinds of foliage to keep from getting shot up by the fighter bombers. So it turned out great this way, and it's some simple stuff. So what I'll do is I'll show you how it all goes together right now. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to work on are making all of those really cool tiny little leaves. And there are some companies out there that sell die-cut leaves, but you don't need to go through all that when you have these little things right here. These are Green Stuff World's leaf presses, and they've got them in a variety of sizes and shapes, different types of trees. So this is kind of a mixture of tree leaves, and we've got some smaller ones to do on here. And honestly, if we're going to use leaves, if we want to make leaves, we should actually use leaves. So what I've done is I've gone to right out in front of my store and picked up a variety of colors, because that is what's really going to give it its natural effect. So we had a burnt red one here, a dried out dead brown one, and a couple of green ones. And it's as simple as just as you see right here. You pop it into the slide, punch it a couple times, and out the bottom comes the leaves. And what I've done right here, and you really do want to get a mixture of leaf colors, because they definitely look a lot better when you stamp them out to mix them all together. And just before filming, I put together a whole bunch of stamps of different colors on it. And we can zoom in. Hopefully you can see really good that you can see all the leaf shapes. And they're natural colors because they're the real colors, because they're really leaves that we used on it right there. So it's just that simple. You can get so many different types of varieties of these, and I just did a mix one just because this was the only one that these two are the only two I actually have, but you can get one that are all oak leaf, all maple leaves, all different types. But honestly, you'd have to look really close to really tell the difference if you're looking at the foliage on there. Now, when I did the vehicle too, what you can do is, if some of these look a little bit bright, after we put them on, I will show you how using the airbrush we can dull them down a little bit. Okay, now that we have all of the leaves stamped out, we need the actual branches. And I found this product right here. It's actually kind of used for train sets or train scenery, and it's a company called Super Trees. And it is some incredible looking stuff. You get, first of all, a huge box, as you can see right here, enough to make trees for just about forever. I paid about $30 for this big box, and you can find it online in some places. And you get this huge box of it's basically a natural plant fiber. Now this one right here I've actually painted already. I was doing another experiment, so we'll kick that one out of here. But when you get it inside, pull this forward right here, this is what it looks like. This is actually all mostly one big giant plant. But when you pull it out, a lot of them come right out of the box looking like trees. Now, if you get one that's a little bit crooked, like this one is right here, what you can do is you can soak this in hot water, clip it together and put some weight on it, and it'll stretch itself out to get into that looks like, to me, a really nice tree. The only thing you might have to do is go in there, and you can see there's a little bit of these little leaves right here that you want to pull off, and then pull off any excess stuff on it. Now, I'm showing you how to do, obviously, the tree portion of it, but it's very simple. If you want to make the branches for the armor vehicle, just snap that off right there, and you've got the piece. Now, the color is obviously kind of wrong for a tree color. So what we do next is we find the one that we want, pull it out, I'm going to slide this over to the side here. Okay, I found a nice looking piece that I really like a lot. So we go in there, pull off all of these because these don't look like anything in scale other than some weird branch. You get it to the point that you have it just the way you want it. And the very first step I like to do is I take it outside and just spray it lightly with a spray can of any type of gray color. Because if you look at trees, they are not all brown. They are kind of a grayish brown. So we actually left one of those other leaves on. So we spray it with a gray, just lightly. We don't want to saturate everything. We still want some of those natural brown tones to show through. And then finally, after this, and I've got 3 different stages here, then we take it and spray it lightly with a brown color too. So we still see a lot of the grays and the browns mixed together, and you get a nice natural look to a tree, looking at the trees outside. Okay, now that we have our branches or tree, whatever you're actually working on, all painted up and dry, now it's time to attach the leaves. And for attaching the leaves, I am just going to use some spray adhesive, some multi-purpose, quick-drying self-adhesive. This happens to be an Elmer's brand that you can get here in the United States. Works really good. You definitely want to have a box ready, like I have right here, because it kind of gets all over the place. And best to actually, if you can use it outside, even better. So let's give this a spray, and then we'll come back immediately and start putting the leaves on. And then it's just a matter of sprinkling the leaves on. Oh, don't use the finger that you got glue on too, or you have leaves all over your finger as well. Okay, once the leaves are dried into place there, you can give them another little shot of the instant adhesive or the spray adhesive, and that'll make sure that they stay in place a lot better. And then after you're done with that, I'm going to take my airbrush with a little bit of Tamiya's olive green color, and we're just going to lightly, from a far distance away, and there it is. That's what it looks like after it dries. Now, I like to spray the olive green paint on there for a couple reasons. A, it kind of seals in all of what we've done here. Plus, it also gets a little bit on those little micro branches that are on here, and it starts to look like little leaves. So it actually makes the actual branch look a little bit fuller. Now, this one we just put together with just using some leaves out in front of my store here. But the actual leaves that I used on this other one were different colors and different styles of leaves. So a builder's tip would be to take the leaves, cut them out, let them dry out for a little bit of time, and then use them, and you'll get more of these, wide variety of colors. This is something we just used out of fresh leaves out in the front of the store, and you can see the type of variation you can get. But even then, it still looks pretty good just the way it is, like that, just to throw an extra clump on top of the vehicle. So that's it. That's as easy it is to put together and build some of the branches and leaves, or trees even if you wanted to on that. So I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and please stay tuned because we have many more videos coming.